I'm gonna run back to the last beat. Boom. First thing we starting off with today is Call of Duty saying they got a Squid Games collab. Now, not every collab that like all of these games and game studios be doing makes sense, and neither does this one, but maybe they'll do something in here that makes it make sense, because the only vague connection I could see between Call of Duty Black Ops and Squid Games is the guards in the Squid Games had guns, but they weren't like running and jumping around and doing any military man type stuff with the guns. So I don't get it, but let me listen to their music. Like, unless we could shoot the elites or something like that, like, I really don't give a fuck. It's just a fucking teaser announcement. Oh my god. I thought it was gonna be like a reveal of the skins or something like that. It's just a fucking teaser announcement. Man, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Let's talk about something that I do want to talk about a little bit more. Infinity Nikki. Is this an Infinity Nikki trailer in the background? Okay, yeah. So, just in case y'all are curious, and y'all remember that Infinity Nikki game that I talked about a while ago that I saw at the PlayStation Showcase? It has came out recently. I got into the content creator beta, alpha, whatever the fuck, the closed. One of the closed shits. It's a video up on my channel. You could go and watch that to see my first impressions. But when I played this game, I said, it's not necessarily for me, but if I did have infinite time and infinite money to throw at a game, I would definitely play this game, because this game has a cool character creator where you can design different outfits for the character, different hair and stuff like that for the outfits. And the platforming in it's not no Super Mario Odyssey type platforming where you could do all this crazy hat tricks and all that. No, it's not that crazy, but it is a decent platformer. It's a nice chill game where most of what you're sitting there and doing is you're listening to niggas talk and talk and talk and talk. Then you design a pretty little character dress, and then they float over a chasm or two. It's not a bad game. On Metacritic, can y'all see it? No, y'all can't. And generally, like, the Metacritic score is 78, and the user scores, I don't know what they are because they're not up there. But I would say that the user scores are probably pretty good. I really don't give a fuck, and this is a smaller budget game. If you're curious, I just wanted to throw this out there and mention it. Something that is getting thrown out is World of Warcraft 1 and 2 from all game stores, but the good old administrators at Good Old Gamers are making sure that if you purchase that game or any content in that game to the best of their ability, they offer it to be playable. Now, for a few of you who don't know what GOG is, or Good Old Gamers, you know how like there's, for example, wait, so y'all can see the logo bigger. You know how, for example, still can't see it, god damn it. So just look at where my mouse is at. You know how like there's the Epic Games launcher, which most people only play Fortnite on, but there's the Epic Games launcher, and then there's Steam. Basically, Good Old Gamers is a third option for if you want to download and play your games. And the good thing about GOG, which stands for Good Old Gamers, the good thing about GOG is that they offer you the actual online installers of your game. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, imagine if they digitally gave you a disc to the game. That's the best way to explain it without getting technical or nerdy. They digitally give you a disc to the game. Imagine the difference between downloading a game on your console, and you know how like if, for example, PlayStation at any time says we don't want anybody to play that game, even if you like the game, if they say we don't want anybody to play that game, they can snatch it off your console. Like, for example, PT. Well, PT, they didn't snatch off of people's consoles, but if you deleted it and you wanted to re-download the demo that you legally owned, you couldn't. So if that ever happens when it comes to GOG, imagine you downloading the offline installers, which is what they're called, as owning a digital disc to the game. Now, like I said, if you want more information on that, just look up what an offline installer is and you can look more into it. Chances are you probably don't care, but for those who do care, look into it. It's called offline installers. The short version, digitally, they're giving you, oh wait, that one's in my console. Digitally, they're giving you the discs to the game, okay? Blizzard games are getting delisted alongside the launch of 2 pricey remasters. So greed. That's why they're being delisted, because that was my main question. Greed. As I always say here, whenever I'm reading these articles, the reason why I skip the first paragraph is because usually the first paragraph is just giving you context, and they're just putting a bunch of keywords in there for tag stuffing. Basically, so their article could pop up first whenever you Google it, or I don't know, fucking Bing it, Yahoo it, Ask.com it. Like niggas using websites anymore. Anyway, let's talk about how last month GOG, one short for good old gamers, which is owned by The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 maker CD Projekt Red, announced a new preservation program. Oh yeah, so remember, okay, so I'm gonna summarize this paragraph in like 2 seconds. Basically, a lot of people's concerns when it comes to buying games digitally, me included, another reason why I have this shit in my hand, is that whenever you buy games digitally, if the people who ever make these games delist these games and you delete them off your console, you'll never be able to play a game you just paid for. So imagine you pay $60. Actually, let me use a more relatable example, because I know a lot of you niggas is slow and you need something on the screen at all times, waving and shaking very fast to activate your little stupid ass lizard brains. So let's say Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Imagine you go into the store and physically buy Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You got the disc in your hand, you pop it into your system, you download it. Let's say one day PlayStation comes in while you're in the middle of playing a game. They hit the button on your console, take the disc, put it in the case, put it in a pocket and say, "This mine, fuck nigga. What you gonna do about it, bitch ass, hoe ass nigga?" And they just walk out. They just walk out the room, leave the room. And you're sitting there like, yo, I paid $60 for that game. Why are you allowed to take it? Cause I can. Fuck nigga, what you gonna do about it? And then your bitch ass sitting there like, nothing, I'm sorry. Yeah, imagine if that happened to you. That's basically what's likely to happen with digital games. If they ever take a game offline, they ever delete a game. But most of you people, statistically speaking, most of y'all only play shit like Roblox and Fortnite, games that will never fucking die no matter how old they get. But the reason why that information is important is because what GOG does is they give you, when you buy the games through them digitally, the way that they give you the game is in a way that you own it. Meaning, if there's a game that a company no longer wants to sell, so for example, let's say in 20 years, no, actually, pretend there's a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Let's say you, for some godforsaken reason, miss Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and you want to go back and play it. Now, if you brought that game digitally 20 years ago, let's say it's 20 years in the future, let's say in 2013 you brought the game digitally and now you want to play it. But let's say Call of Duty, they want you to buy their shitty Modern Warfare 3 remaster. Modern Warfare 3 remaster HD edition. But you're like, I don't care about playing the remaster HD edition at 6,000 frames per second and 15K. I don't mind playing the version that maxes out at 720p. I really don't give a fuck that much about the graph. Nope, you gotta buy the new version. Even though you already bought the old version, you gotta buy it again. So to avoid that, what GOG is doing, which is happening in this case, they're basically offering the offline installers, so people who already bought the game aren't forced to buy the game again. So if you already own the game, you don't have to own the game twice in order to play a game that you paid for. You should only have to pay for a game once. DLC, microtransactions, that's a separate thing. But you should only have to buy the whole entire game once. And this is another reason why, like I always say, I don't like Blizzard. Because like, I don't understand people that play Overwatch. Because like, it's one thing to like a game, and then it's another thing for the makers of that game to constantly over and over and over disrespect you. Like, I understand. At the end of the day, they're a business, right? At the end of the day, they gotta make money. That's their goal. That's the point of the business, to make money. Fair. But there's a difference between making money and disrespecting people. Because I know a lot of people that try to justify shitty business decisions with, oh, it's just business, it's just business, it's just business. No, nigga, it's not just business. You're fucking greedy. There's a difference between trying to make money and being greedy. Trying to make money is putting out top of the line products and sparing no necessary expense to make sure that those products are as good as they possibly can be for the customer. It's just business, it's just business, it's just business. It's usually what niggas say before they try to justify some greedy shit. Like, no nigga, you don't need to take the old version down and put the new version up to make more people buy the remaster. No, remaster the old version so the sales spike. Put it on sale. And Warcraft's games are evergreen games. Those are games that are like some of the first ever live service games that will just never die. People will keep playing them forever. Just like a Roblox, just like what a Fortnite is slowly becoming. Those are games that will never die and that people will play until the end of time. Like a Roblox, like a Minecraft, like a I was about to say the original Super Mario, but it's kind of not the same thing, because it is a game that can be and will be played forever, but it's not really live service. Point is though, once a game joins the program, according to GOG, we pledge to maintain its compatibility even if it gets delisted from the store. A new announcement from the company reads, this means that owners of those titles can still expect a seamless experience. For those of you who aren't understanding, if the company says we don't want you to play the game you paid for, GOG says don't listen to them. You bought the game, you keep on playing it. Let's keep going. Warcraft 1 and 2 will be removed on the 13th of December at the publisher's request, GOG notes, meaning that Blizzard, now owned by Microsoft, is requesting that GOG stop selling the $15 bundle of 90s era strategy games, presumably because it just released its own remasters for $25. They want to upcharge your dumbass on a 20-year-old actually 90s, no. So they want to upcharge you on a 30-plus-year-old product that previously cost $15. And for those of you who are dumbasses that mostly buy games on console like me, whenever a game is on PC, it goes down in value, meaning you have to pay less for it the longer the game is out there. So you know how if I wanted to buy Super Mario Odyssey right now, the best discount I could get is maybe paying $40 for a $50 game on a crazy deal like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Yeah, on PC that literally never happens. On PC, after 3 months, that shit is going on sale for 10% or more. And then during stuff like Steam sales, the game will go on, the game is on at least 25% discount during a Steam sale. So like Steam winter sale, Steam summer sale, Steam autumn sale, you know, all that stuff, the price goes down even more, which is why PC is superior. But some of y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Y'all still stuck in y'all ways and uninformed. It's okay. I'm here to inform you. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna slander you, piece of shit, until you learn that it's a piece of shit. And it's okay to enjoy mid. Just don't lie and say it isn't. Anyway, this also considers potential changes in Windows OS that may impact game's playability. That's correct. Because for those of y'all who don't know, okay, I'll explain it like this, because this makes it simpler. You can't put a PS1 game into a PlayStation 5 and it just works, right? Same thing with PC games. You can't open up a Windows 5 95 EXE on a Windows 11 computer and it just work all the time. That's not how it works. Sometimes there's compatibility issues because different things in the OS change, yada, yada, yada. Same thing with maybe like, let's say PS3 games and a PlayStation 5. I don't remember what video it was, but I did a video where I was talking about like preservation in gaming for like that section of the video. And one of the things that I mentioned is that even though I own BioShock Infinite on PS5, like I own a PS5 digital version of BioShock Infinite, meaning the game can run on a PS5. Technologically speaking, a PS5 can run BioShock Infinite. But if I put my PS3 CD into my PS5 to play a game that I already own on PS5, I can't. I have to physically go buy a PS3 to play it. So yeah, in terms of compatibility in games, sometimes it gets funky and wicked. And I just realized I'm supposed to have my damn hat on. Where did I put it? Bugging. First stream back in December is December goddamn second. Well, technically second stream back in December. No hat. I'm tweaking, cousin. I'm tweaking. Anyway, it's the latest examples of companies making it harder for fans to buy digital, cheaper versions of important games. Because that is a key word, cheaper. They are trying to run your pockets dry. What do I always say about corporations? For those of you who aren't here, if it was legal, they would chain you to the fucking desk and make you work until you die. But that's not legal. These new versions have quality of life improvements like being able to select more units at once, but they've also been accused of being quite ugly. Basically, they're not upgrading the graphics. They're adding bullshit changes that already got added with mods hundreds of decades ago that nobody get. Like, they're basically trying to sell you some shit you already own because it's been a long time. Like, imagine if imagine if somebody came in your crib and took a game you had for the last 20 years and said, if you want to play this game, pay me, bitch ass nigga. That's what they're doing. They're trying to strong arm money out of people who are fans of these franchises, and that shit is weird behavior. But you know, I can already hear some fucking corporate dick muncher, some fucking corporation beef rider. They're a business. They're trying to make money. It's just business. Shut your dumb ass up. You're fighting for this fucking corporation, and they damn sure ain't gonna fight for you, your stupid ass. Anyway, due to new black outlines and art that looks like it was AI upscaled, which AI upscaling has been a thing in games for fucking ever when it comes to remasters. So yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's AI upscaled. And even though there's a toggle switch back to the classic graphics, the visuals look stretched and don't properly compensate for the change in aspect ratio and display technology. It's a huge bummer. Damn, so basically you have to look at it in 480. No, I thought this shit would have a video. Okay. Original versus remaster. Let's see what you're working with. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's look at it. Original versus the remaster. Original. Okay, boom. Oh wait, actually, let me run it back some. Wait for the shit on screen to disappear. Yeah, it does look twice as good in a remaster. I don't see where the downgrade is happening. I low-key like the fucked up like textures and stuff like that. It just feels nostalgic to me. I don't know. I feel like this looks better. I don't get what people are saying about the thick black ugly outline shit. This one, I feel like this big blocky retro text has a bit more charm than this clean looking text. That's just me though. But what else we got? They cleaned up the sprites, made some of them a bit more HD. Yeah, to me they look about the same. So in terms of like the complaints, like they sound like complaints on paper, but people are playing these games this old. You gotta realize a lot of the time are people who just want their shit to work the same forever. They're kind of stuck in an era and they want their shit to look like the era that it's from that they're used to. GOG is currently giving a $2 discount to anybody who plays the classic versions before they're delisted. We are grateful that, we don't give a fuck. What is next in my lineup? Oh, friendly reminder. When is the Game Awards? I forgot. The Game Awards, December 12th. Game Awards 2024 at 7:30. Let me make sure I got an alarm set. Because for those of y'all who don't know, what I'm going to do is I am going to shit and Vichy and watch Discord with a couple of the bro. Watch the Game Award. I said watch Discord. Bro, who's watching Discord? I'm going to sit in Discord and watch the gaming awards with a couple of the bros. That's what I was trying to say. But let me check and make sure I have an alarm set. 7:30 to 11. That's gonna be fun. It's going because this year is a lot of controversial stuff. Okay, I do have one for 1 o'clock on the 12th of December 2024. Alright, this one I thought was just more interesting. I wanted to browse over because I heard that Street Fighter 6 may have just only now turning profitable Because for those of y'all who aren't familiar, and it's ironic because I just saw Harada's name when I scrolled randomly, and this beat that's playing is a sample of a Tekken 4 background, some Tekken 4 background music. That's fucking funny. Anyway, first, let's run it back. Second off, a lot of games that are made at a loss. That's why a lot more games nowadays, like for example, Shitvals of Shitter 2, when it released, this game, when it released, Shitvals of Shitter 2, when it released, it had a lot of microtransaction-y stuff, or even like the finals. Why, whenever they release these games, it's filled with microtransactions and no content. There ain't shit to do in the game but play quick play and buy a couple items. So anybody who doesn't want to play whatever that game's version of quick play is, you're basically shit out of luck. This is why, if you're unfamiliar, a lot of games are released at a loss. A lot of consoles, a lot of products just in general in life are released at a loss for people hoping that they return a profit. So let's read and see if this gives me any real details. And this website, Event Hubs, when it comes to FGC stuff, I fuck with them a lot because they actually give details sometimes, not like a lot of these other sites. Capcom recently held its financial presentation, and for the first half of the fiscal year, where Capcom representatives held Q&A questions for their investors with some interesting subject. This is the same place where they revealed Marvel vs. Capcom was selling exactly as planned. Following that up, they were posed a question if the developer plans to adjust their marketing strategies moving forward from Konotsugami and Dragon's Dogma 2, and the response was fairly fascinating. For those of you who aren't aware, basically these two games, they sold well, but they didn't sell well enough for Capcom. They did good numbers, they went crazy, they have strong communities behind them. But for how much money for how much money Capcom wanted those games to make, they didn't make that. Let's say selling 3 million copies is great for a game in like the first year where it's released, selling 3 million copies. For Capcom, they need 10 or else they lost money making this game. And keep in mind, when nowadays, these companies are spending more and more money to get these games done. This is not the 90s where you spend $1 million and you could get you a top of the line game. Like, nah, they be spending like 200, 300, 400, $500 million on these games. So they need to return a profit fast, or else they're shit out of luck and they just lost a bunch of money and barely recoup. So if they sell these games and in the first year it sells 3 million, for them it's a failure. They need 10, 20 million first month. They need Metaphor, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero type numbers in order to like really make back their money. So these two games, while I played this one and I was like, this is pretty cool, and Dragon's Dogma 2 is a very hardcore RPG, so it wasn't for me personally, but a lot of the people that I saw played that game, they fucking love it. Even though like I heard the end game isn't so great, generally though, otherwise they love it, especially the beginning. So the fact that these two games are good games that came out and are beloved, but Capcom is shaking their shoulders like, we didn't make our money back on that. It's the reason why instead of a lot of these companies, instead of making new games, why they make shit like Street Fighter, they make multiplayer games and then they stuff it full of microtransactions. Why? Because you niggas buy it. I can count the amount of times I brought a microtransaction in a game on my hand. I've never paid for XP boosters in a game. I've never paid for, like, you know, mobile games when you're swiping around on some shit like Clash of Clans and they're like, oh, pay $5 to make this machine produce carrots or ghost semen, whatever the fuck, 5% faster. Like, I never purchased those, bro. Like, the minute I got on a game and seen those, I was like, no, this doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck would you offer the game for free just to make me buy the rest of the game? Nigga, that's stupid. At that point, just sell me the fucking game and let me make the goddamn unit, so you get my money off me buying the damn game. But no, they want to suck you in and suck you dry. Just like them tutis that's trying to take money out your pocket. According to all them red pill niggas that don't get tutis. But that's a whole different conversation. Point is, that's why, for example, they said Street Fighter is a game that actually turned a profit, because in the first 6 months when a game releases, that's usually when the most of the people who are going to buy the game buy it. Some people genuinely don't know about the game, find out about it later, buy it later. Some people wait till it goes on sale because they don't care about the hype and whatnot, but they do want to play the game, so they wait till it goes on sale, wait till it gets a discount. Some people see that the game has DLC characters and they go, you know what? Since this game has DLC characters, I'm gonna wait till all the DLC comes out, then I'm gonna buy it. But the majority of people who want to buy the game, buy it in about the first 6 months when the game releases, right? So after those first 6 months, whatever money you make from the game, you're pretty much going to be making scraps compared to what you made when you started selling people the game. Versus when you add a bunch of microtransaction, DLC, dumbass nigga turtle costume updates, then it encourages more people to spend who already bought the game. So think about it. You bought the game, now you're buying stuff in the game every week. So not only are they charging you a $70 entry fee, they're charging you for access to the game on top of charging you for stuff in the game. So you're literally, stick with me, you're literally paying for the right to pay for the right to get items in the game. What happened to unlocking stuff in the game? Because I know about some of you little dumbass niggas might see this and say, oh, Unc, you're old. We don't unlock stuff in games anymore. We just buy it. If you broke, say that. Nigga, if you're stupid, say that. What dumb nigga buys shit? What, like, yo, bro, there's no other industry I know where niggas will sell you half a product and then tell you to buy the rest and people will just accept it. Like, bro, imagine you go to buy a shirt and they sell you this much of the fucking shirt. Like, yo, the shirt's supposed to come down to our waist. Nah, you gotta pay $5 for every inch of fabric you want to go down to your waist. Now I gotta walk around with a crop top when I don't want no goddamn crop top. Like, nigga, my body shape does not fit a crop top. My fucking personality does not fit a crop top. None of that shit. I want my shirt to come down to here. But nah. $5 an inch, gang. $5 an inch. You get DLC inches of your shirt. Like, you see how stupid that shit sounds? We'll sew an inch on your shirt for every $5 you pay. And no other industry do niggas accept half-made items where they gotta buy the rest or wait for the rest later on, however fucking long down the line. Or even worse, you want to buy a shirt that comes down to here and they sell you a shirt that comes up to here and they'll be like, oh yeah, we can't afford to add enough cloth to the bottom of your shirt until 3 months down the line. So what we gonna do is we gonna give you the top of the shirt with the neck, the sleeves, and the chest part, but the rest of it that's supposed to come down all the way, we gonna sell you that a little bit later. Like, you see how crazy that sounds? But in games, it's okay. It's okay for them to lock shit behind paywalls. Hey, man. Whatever's good for y'all, bro. Whatever's good for y'all, bro. Because, like, I don't mind playing modern games with microtransactions. I want that to be clear. I don't mind microtransactions in the game. I mind when they lock vital parts of the game behind microtransaction. It's like, bro, you're robbing us at that point. You're robbing me. I'm gonna fucking sail the 7 seas for your game. Fuck you. I don't care about playing online that hard. Recently, there has been a trend in the industry of spending large amounts on advertising and promotions just before and after release to kickstart initial sales, but we have not traditionally used such method, reads Capcom's official response. That's interesting. What do you mean? What do you mean traditionally you haven't used that method? Like, what? Why are you not promoting a game after it comes out? Like, I could understand not wanting to promote a game before it comes out, but not after. But one thing I want to promote is you grabbing a cup, a bottle, a pitcher, a bowl, if a plate, a goddamn DVD case. If you gotta grab one of your empty DVD cases, open it up, pour water in it like this, and then drink it out. Fuck it. At least you're drinking water, bruh. Why did I just do that? Like, in case y'all think I was joking, like, no, I really put water in it. Oh shit, I'm getting the case wet. No. Paper. I'm glad the paper's glossy, but okay. I actually gotta take this shit out now so that it could properly dry and de-wetten. Like, look, just in case y'all thought I was joking. Can y'all see it better? I think so. Now, I genuinely have to let that dry. Where can I put this? Oh, over here. Yeah, I can stand like that and dry out. But, yeah. Go drink some water. Hydrate your organs, cousin. Hydrate your organs. Some of y'all really be living life sitting out there with organs that sound like a fucking paperback book. Organs be sounding like... I thought that was gonna sound more book-like, but fuck it, we ball. Put that on some towel. Hopefully it dries. But yeah, go drink some water, y'all. Anyway, let's talk about how Capcom said we calculate the cost for promotions based on expected performance and take a long-term approach to sales. On average, can recover development costs within 1 to 1.5 years after release. So even if we lower the selling price afterward, once costs are recouped, we can expect profit margins of 80 to 90%. Our marketing approach remains unchanged. First off, I want to say, excuse me, I did burp in your ear a second ago. I didn't forget, bitch ass nigga. Second off, this is interesting. So it sounds like I said, they said, hey, after we recoup our money is pure profit. So we sell these niggas any and everything in the game, and they just accept it. They just keep buying it. And there's vocal people like me saying, there's a lot of people like me saying, I'll never buy a microtransaction in the game. I'll never I'll never buy this in the game. I'll never buy that. But you check their PlayStation, their Xbox, their Steam purchase history, and you see more microtransactions in games. Then you gotta look at them like, yo, what the fuck? You said you wasn't buying microtransactions in these games. Then you start getting all these type of excuses. Like, I don't know if y'all ever did this in your life, but you ever ask somebody who was addicted to something? Like, you ever approached them and started telling them they was addicted? Like, I don't know if any of y'all ever done that, but that's what it starts turning like. Like, you start telling them like, yo, gang, you said you was gonna stop buying microtransactions in games. What happened? Why does it say here in your PlayStation purchase history that you brought $5,000 worth of microtransactions in the last year, but you still owe me $30? How that math work out? No, I don't buy microtransactions no more. And like that wasn't all me. The microtransactions weren't just for me. See, I got a kid. Yeah, let's go with that. I got a kid, Davey on my account, buying microtransactions too sometimes. And sometimes like you know when kids be like good in school and all that, you gotta reward them, right? So the way I be rewarding my kid is I get them some microtransactions, man. I get them like $5 worth of microtransactions, and like whenever they get money for their birthday, I'll buy them a couple microtransactions, man. It's not for me, it's for them. It's for them. Nah. See, you want to hear about the whole 5,000? Okay. So like, knock like $10 off of that for my kid, right? The rest of it, see, I got a YouTube channel that will never get past 7 subscribers, where I'll play 2K and like I'll be making different 2K builds and I'll be selling them. Oh, you want me to show you where I'll be selling my 2K builds? That's not important. All you need to know is I'll be flipping it for profit. You said why my 2K account got 38 builds on it? Nah. I was just building up that account so that later on I could sell it for twice the price. What do you mean that all my 2K accounts got 38 builds on it and have never been sold and I'm the only one with the logins? Nah, chill, bro. I need my microtransactions. That's what it sounds like. So data shows, and like I say, Like, yeah, men lie, women lie, numbers can be manipulated, but whenever you look at numbers and understand the context of why those numbers exist, you understand it. Hold on, I got it. I understand it now. Although the 6th Street Fighter is not clearly mentioned specifically, this is the only fucking thing they can talk about. So this means that flagship fighting game could have only recently turned profitable for the company if it was considered among their average releases since it came out in June of 2023. Unfortunately though, we don't know the development budget for Street Fighter 6 or any of their other modern games, and longtime Tekken director, if this nigga wrote a fucking novel, I am not reading that shit. Y'all VanHub niggas gonna give me the short version. All right, he only wrote a paragraph. Development costs are now 10 times more expensive than in the 90s and more than double or nearly triple the cost of Tekken 7, which, by the way, game that came out in like 2015 or something like that. Tekken 7 search. This game came out in like 2015. When is it? Yup. February 18th, 2015. So if he's saying modern games are costing triple the budget of Tekken 2015, a game that came out 15 and 6, damn near 10 years ago. So yeah, in the 90s was 30 years ago. Even the Fight Lounge servers are costly to maintain. In the past, there weren't so many specs and there wasn't online. That's very true. It does cost, because what a lot of people need to consider with these games, which he is right on, is that back in the day when they made games, once the game was done, that was it. They didn't have to worry about paying for servers to maintain the online. They didn't have to worry about adding a bunch of dumbass DLC. They didn't have to keep hiring developers to work on making a bunch of dumbass microtransactions for the game over and over. Pretty much once the game was out, you move on to the next game. So if you had a hard time recouping for one game, if after that you make a good game, you could pretty much be fine. But now the fact that if you're in the hole 100 million for this game, and let's say it costs 20 million to keep the servers up for 4 years, if you don't make 120 million plus however much it costs for the next game you release in the next 5 years, you're in the hole 120 million plus however much that next game costs, plus how much the online service for that game costs, plus however much money you're gonna have to spend getting back in the good graces of gamers, or how much money you're gonna have to take a loss of getting back in the good graces of gamers when you shut down that game and pull some Ubisoft shit and take it out their libraries and revoke access for this game. So it's a very, very hard job being a game developer. Then on top of that, fucking, if you get mismanaged and release a shitty game, now you got a bunch of dickheads that don't know shit about game development going, use it yourself, all in the comments at max volume. It's stressful, man. It looks very stressful. I don't know if I could do it, honestly, but let's keep going. Plus, they didn't have such high resolution and high definition. Yes, the more HD your games are, the more detailed the models in the games are, the longer they take. Now, so many people want the game to run and be supported for a long time. It costs money to continually update the game for that reason. However, he probably only keeps good memories of the old games he experienced as a boy and does not pay attention to these changing times and increasing costs. The economic situation and everything else is changing. If we simply do nothing as he suggests, the game will simply stop running in a few months. People will stop giving a fuck because a lot of people can't just enjoy a game for what it is. A lot of people need the game to constantly change and evolve because their little lizard brains can't just accept the game for what it is. Oh, fix this, fix that, change this, change that. I know what your creative vision was, and I know I'm not a creative, but fuck your whole creative vision. Here's how you should completely change the game because that's how I like it. Like, I feel like it's too many people. Like, I understand what you're saying. I feel like there's too many people that don't respect other people's creative choices. Like, for example, earlier today, I was looking through my comments and stuff like that on recent videos, and that video that statistically you've probably more likely seen, where I was commentating on when Denzel Curry and Kai Cenat were playing Super Fight. Somebody commented today telling me to, like, they weren't mean about it, but they basically was like, bro, stop talking during a video, shut the fuck up. And I was like, bro, Respectfully, no, because a lot of y'all niggas are used to people just reposting other people's clips, or y'all are used to people who react to videos by sitting there going, ha ha ha, wow, that's cool, while the video's playing in the background. I don't do that. When I react to videos, it's because I have something to add or something that I want to talk about. So whenever I let videos play or react to videos, is because I have expertise, or I want to see if I have something like positive or negative to say about it. Like I react to videos with intent. That's why, because like I could have participated in a react meta like 10-15 years ago in 2015, where niggas would release 20 fucking videos a day just reacting to other niggas content before. And this was before YouTube had that copyright content system in place. So you could just do that. You could upload 15 videos of you reacting to another nigga's content all day and night, and YouTube would just give you free views because you would have the title of that video and the tags of that video and whatever traction that video gets starts to go up. And it's cool sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's cooler to watch somebody react to a video you were already gonna watch while you're watching that video, and it's like you watching it it's like a cool experience, low key, especially when it's of something like, for example, what GQ does, where they have experts react to movie scenes. So for example, they'll have like a EMT expert react to John Wick and tell you like, okay, he did this and this, and this is how these type of injuries happen, and blah blah blah, and he'll give you his expertise. I want to do more shit like that where I'm actually adding something to the video. Point of me saying all that is, there are a lot of people who think they know your creative vision better than you. That's not always the case. However, he probably only keeps good memory. Oh yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people hold you up to a standard in their head that you will never achieve, so you just gotta accept that and move. I think that is what he wants. So there is no point in talking to him about these realities. He wants us to stop economic activity and stop updating and supporting the game just so he can have his imaginary dream game. No, we'll watch that in a second. To try and, oh wait, no. He cites not only the need for higher fidelity and resolution. This, of course, all goes beyond just fighting games too, with Remedy revealing that they still haven't recouped all of their $75 million development and marketing budget for Alan Wake 2 after more than a year after the game has released. But that doesn't mean these games aren't still considered successes. Capcom noted that what did I mention earlier? If they didn't spend so much on these fucking games, they would be profitable already. But that's not the reality. To try and dissect the numbers a bit more, let's say Street Fighter 6 or another game costs a nice even number of 100 million to develop, and we'll average out the amount of money they spent on a copy between full price and sales buyers to $50, right? Because it costs $70 for the full game, but games like Street Fighter 6 often go on discount quickly. Platforms like Steam take 30% of revenue for the game from game sales, so that will leave the company theoretically with $35 per copy. That's off the top. At that macro level, the game would have to sell 3 million copies or so to break even. But it's obviously a lot more complicated than that, with other hands in the pie and revenue also being generated through DLC. Not only that, after this game comes out, not only do they have to worry about development costs, they also have to worry about server costs and marketing costs. But maybe they rolled that up into the 100 million. According to Arata, back in 2021, investing $10 million into a game means it has to sell 1 million copies to reach its target, so that it would actually put a $100 million game at 10 million copies needed by that metric. All we truly know is, oh wait, what the fuck? What the hell? I scrolled by mistake. Okay, now I see it. All we truly know is the 6th edition of Street Fighter has reached over 4 million copies sold as of now, and Capcom seems to be happy with its performance from launch until now. And it's been over a year since launch, so they're just breaking even. This does point overall to Capcom at least being decent now with their planning and forecasting, so that they can sit on a game for extended investment instead of expecting a massive return immediately, which is not something we'd be saying a decade ago. They do have bigger money makers, of course, like Monster Hunter and Resident Evil, but even the latter probably isn't turning profits at launch anymore with the rising prices. What, Monster Hunter, nigga? Resident Evil is definitely, actually, out of those two, you know what? Now that I think about it, Monster Hunter would be harder to recoup for, because once you release Resident Evil, besides making DLC and optimizing the game, like giving hot fixes for any crazy glitches, pretty much the fucking game is done once you release it. It's not live service, doesn't have any sort of online modes, online compatibility, or anything of that nature. So yeah, Monster Hunter, on the other hand, is an online game now, so it has to run in HD and on multiple platforms, and is cross-platform, which I'm not sure, but from what I heard, I haven't really researched into this, but from what I heard, it costs more for a game to be cross-platform than for it to just be PlayStation players can only play with PlayStation, basically. Am I crazy for going from console to PC back to console? Not really, because like there's different advantages to using PC and console. So for example, because even right now, I have two PS5 controllers because I still play on console. Because like, for example, I mostly play on console because like I mostly have a console because like I'm a content creator. I technically have 3 computers on my desk that all can play games. Well, actually, my streaming PC can't play games that well because it has 8 gigabytes of RAM and like an old shitty Intel CPU, and Intel CPUs tend not to work with shit. But I basically have 3 fucking computers up here that do the same goddamn thing. Why is that? Well, I use one for streaming. I use my main PC for like content shit and PC exclusive games, usually lighter indie games. And I use my PlayStation because I like physical games, okay? I like to physically have my game in my hand. So I rarely buy games on PC. The only time I will ever buy a game on PC is if it comes with mods or like something like Steam Workshop, which is mods. But mod support on console to this day is basically a game by game thing. So depending on what game you're playing, depends on whether you actually get mod support and whatnot. And I don't like that. I like for when I want to play a game with mods, I just want to be able to play with mods. You get what I'm saying? So I keep my PC for whenever I want to play games with mods or games where there will never be a physical copy. If it's any major game, for example, like a Call of Duty, or Astrobot, anything like that, I'm buying it on console. Because another thing about on PC is sometimes you have to like fight with your PC and troubleshoot shit a lot. I don't really like doing that sometimes. Like, I don't mind doing it. I know how to do it. But sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I just want to put the shit in and it work. Also, for this, for example, there are some games that just notoriously work better on console. Like Call of Duty, notoriously, is fucking terrible on PC. I'm still going to play on my PC. Don't get me wrong. Wait, I didn't see what you said before that. Ever since I switched to PC, I never played solo games. That's why. I'm switching back. For real, that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. When it comes to single player games, honestly, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, whether I want to play with mods or not. Multiplayer games, a lot of the time, I'm personally more inclined to buy them on console because if they're non-cross platform, it's easier. Like to play against people online is easier because they're more likely to suck. But if it is like also like locked to a platform, another advantage is that most of my friends aren't like hardcore gamers. So if it's a game that we all play, especially if it's free to play, I have a PlayStation. We could just play on PlayStation servers, if anything. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad. Like it's also a matter of a financial thing. Like I haven't played 2K in years, and I'm not buying that shit on PC. I'm not gonna lie, I don't play 2K, period. Y'all niggas know my body, goddammit. See if my button works today. It doesn't. Y'all know my body. Big fuck 2K. I don't, nigga, any nigga tells me, yo, if somebody was to right now, pop out of the cut, big ass gun with a nutsack and a switch on it, they put that bitch to my face. They say, open your mouth. And they made me open my mouth and put the Glock with a nutsack and a switch on it. And they say, yeah, suck on the gun. I'll take this gun out your mouth right now and I won't shoot it, but you gotta play 2K.
I'm finna call my mama, and as soon as that gun come out my mouth, I'm gonna be like, Mama, I love you. So yeah, that's how I feel about 2K. Anyway, you miss it, don't. Cause I'm a person, I don't give a fuck what game it is. If your game actively disrespects me and my time, I'm not playing your game. And I don't know if you was here earlier, but like I always say, I understand you're a business, you gotta make money, but there's a difference between actually making business decisions to make money and just being fucking greedy because you want to be greedy. You want to try and strain more money out of niggas' pockets. Anyway, they do have bigger money makers like blah, blah, blah. It seems like a delicate balancing act, but Capcom has been doing it well for quite some time now with a string of profitable years higher than they've basically ever been before. That's gonna be the end of the article because they're just gonna go into a bunch of whatever shit. But yeah, even Street Fighter 5, even though like the Street Fighter and the FGC community really hated Street Fighter 5, that game was also profitable, and you also had to buy half the DLC half the characters in the roster as DLC with that dumbass fighter currency shit. I stopped playing Street Fighter 5 like very soon after it came out, and these headphones are not fitting on my hat properly, so I'm gonna have to half and half it, y'all. As long as I can hear everything going on, I'm gonna half. Like, yo, I literally got the PlayStation gamer setup going on right now. Anyway, let's pause this damn music and watch this PlayStation anniversary. Cause we do have, before I get into anything, we do have a lot more PlayStation news today, but I'm starting off with this. I got that shit half off, so I'm not tripping. What, you got 2K half off? That shit is not worth it half off. That 2K is not worth it half off, 100% off, 300